and welcome to Special Stage. It's showdown in the 2012 REIS Get Connected BTRDA Rally Championship, the final round here in Llandudno. The Cambrian plays host to an epic battle between three crews for the championship title. We've got Sean Gardner, Hugh Hunter and Roger Chilman Jr. all in with a chance of winning the overall Gold Star Championship this weekend. Add to that top rally action and other championships also being sewn up today, and you've got one heck of a spectacle. Enjoy the show. Roger, first time at the Cambrian, car 201. It's a good start, if not overhyped. Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise, to be honest. We've never done the event before, but we haven't been doing too bad throughout the year, so I can't honestly see the logic in it, but we'll take it. We'll go first on the road and we'll give it our best shot. Kieran, it's been a mixed season for you, but some good results, and I'm sure you'll be looking for one here at the Cambrian as well.
Yeah, I'm looking for hopefully a top 5, but anyone from the top 10 is in with a chance, but yeah, hopefully a top 3 will secure second in the championship, so yeah, a good push.
That's obviously your aim today. You look terrified, if you don't mind me saying. I'm sure you're quite confident.
I'm reasonably confident, but morning nerves as normal. Start line there, going the adrenaline to kick in, so looking forward to it.
Marcel, we know the 1400s are tied up in terms of the championship, but second, third and fourth all here to be decided at the Cambrian.
Yeah, it's all up for grabs today, a bit of a lottery. As many people have said, there's anybody in the top 5 or 6 could clinch it. It's just down to who can get to the finish today. I mean, I'd love Kieran to come second, to be honest, but again, you know, I can possibly do it, so we'll be trying. It's going to be our last event for a while, so I want to see what we can do today.
Kicking off proceedings then here for the final round of the 2012 BTRDA Rally Championship are Roger PRIESTNALL and Jamie Forrest. Seeded car 201, they set the fastest time through the first stage despite picking up a puncture. However, disaster strikes in the very next stage, the wheel studs shearing on the Proton and forcing them out of the rally. Local crew Hefin Lloyd Davies and Mark Lewis will be looking for a good run here in their Vauxhall Corsa. However, an off in the first stage sees them take a maximum time, dropping them down to the last place. An unfortunate flashback to their stage 1 crash on the Plains Rally earlier in the season. They carry on though and set some good times actually in the following stages until they're forced to retire with mechanical gremlins in stage 4. Another crew to suffer a disappointing early retirement are Kieran Darrington and Pamela Hilton. Unfortunately, the drive shaft on the car breaks on a tight hairpin, and although they do manage to drag the car to the end of the first stage, that's as far as they would go. Game over for the 2012 season.
200, go on, 200.
I went for the $1 short.
Okay, alright. Chris Long, 80 down.
So with some of the leading crews already loading up the trailers, it will be a bit of a shake-up in the top of the 1400 results. And leading the way after the first 4 stages are Harry Gardner and Elliot Graham. A fantastic performance so far in that 8-valve Peugeot.
Half the rally down, how's it going?
It's all right, yeah. Everyone else is dropping like flies at the moment, so just trying to keep it, you know, on track, get to the finish. First time at the Cambrian. I think this morning we were second overall out of everyone, so I don't know where we're going to end up, but yeah, enjoying it so far. It's good.
Good luck for the second half.
No, thank you very much. Yeah, see you later.
Just a handful of seconds behind are Marcel FRELING and Karen Robinson. Despite suffering from a lack of power, they have a clean run and hold second place at this stage.
Marcel, how was it in there?
It was pretty tough in there. A lot of regrading, very slippery, difficult to keep the flow going because there's a lot of little drops at the edge. We went a little bit wide on a 6 left that tightened, and back end went in a bit of a ditch, but we're through there, and I'm glad we're through there because I'm looking forward to the next 2 and then the Orm. So
looks like you're first on the road as well.
Yeah, first on the road, and we were first in the rally of the 1400s after stage 2, so not
much pressure really.
Keep it going.
I'll try.
Nigel Jenkins and Jack Walby will be looking to end the season on a high note after a recent run of bad luck. They hold third place at the moment, a good start to this final round.
Nigel, the leaderboard's taking a bit of a shake-up. How's the car?
It's going quite well. They've had a lot more confidence in the last two stages. There seems a bit more grip there, so hopefully I don't get caught out by it. But yeah, I don't know where we are now, so just keep trying and hopefully get somewhere by the end of it. So
Conditions are good?
yeah, the stages are really, really good. They're real fun stages. They're real sort of technical, sort of fast and flowing stuff. So yeah, really enjoyable.
And a late entry for Martin Shaw and Ian Prout seems to be paying off, using the event as a test ahead of a non-championship event in November. All going well so far as well. They hold fourth.
Martin, hard work in there, is it?
We must have done Pen Mac now for 22 years on and off. I tell you, they're the toughest stages in Britain. They're just so rough, but God, it's great to get through them.
And completing our top five are Matthew Jackson and Sasha Herriot. Matthew hoping for a strong performance here, even if the stages were starting to bite back a little, with some close calls in Penmacno.
How are those stages?
That one was a bit hair-raising. We had a bit of a moment in that one, but no, apart from that, it's been really good so far. We're just trying to get to the finish, so moments like that kept me awake anyway.
You seem to have got away with your moment better than some people ahead of you. The leaderboard's a bit shaken up.
I know there's quite a high attrition rate, so over in stage one, passing cars all left, right and centre, so we're just glad to still be going, and we'll just, it might back it off a click or two now.
Could be one of those days, couldn't it?
Oh, absolutely, just get to the finish now, we should be good.
All right, good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Cameron, it's been an interesting year for you. Some good, some bad, but here you are fighting for the championship at the last round. Doesn't get much better than that, does it?
No, I know. It's always good to have a close battle and always come down to the last round. You know, it's going to be very tense and I don't know. It's going to be a tough fight today. Nothing comes easy, so it'll be interesting.
How key has it been for you in this fight for the championship? Getting one of these?
I mean, without it, I don't think I could be where I am now. The Micra just wasn't quite, on the pace as the MGs. This is just way better handling, more power. I'm changing up all the time rather than changing down at hills. All those little things make a big difference when you come to the end of a 10-mile stage. So it's I don't think I could have done it without the MG.
Now, Joe, without putting presenter's curse on you, you could be BTRDA Rally First Champion. It could happen for you here at the Cambrian.
Yeah, hopefully. I've been trying for a few years now, so hopefully this is my year.
It's been a fantastic year for you. The results and the pace that you've been showing have been great. And towards the end, obviously, Cameron's got on your heels in that MG, but it's been good, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been really good, yeah. I think this is the closest year Rally First has ever been, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Aaron, final round of the championship. It's been your big step up year, obviously, from the juniors into the BTRDA. How do you think it's gone?
I think we've had a good year up to now. We've been lucky sometimes, and we've obviously had bad times as well, but all in all, I think we've improved a lot, and I'm happy with the results we've been putting in, so I think it's been good.
The pace has been good, and the Micra is obviously not the quickest car in the championship, so you have been having to pedal above your weight as far as that goes.
Yeah, I mean, in the juniors we learnt to drive at 110%, but coming into the Forest I thought, I can't really attack the Forest as I've been doing single venues, but I've sort of had to take the same mentality and go from the word go and just hope for the best to try and get the result.
So with the Rally First Championship still all to play for, it will be Cameron Davies and Alistair Dodd that come out of the first 4 stages in front, clearly pushing that MG to the limits on these classic Welsh stages.
Cameron, you seem to be cooking those brakes.
Yeah, I mean, we just had new brakes fitted in service because we actually wrecked our other ones. That stage, well, rough is an understatement for it. I've never been on anything like it, so we just got through slowly and gently and just trying to get the car to the end.
Looking good for the championship so far, looking at the leaderboard.
Yeah, hopefully, but we can't just bank on that yet. We've got to just carry on if it's a normal rally and just, keep pushing, but also attack with caution.
Joe Evett and Calvin Holdsworth were having a troubled run in second, the car constantly jumping out of second gear, and a time-consuming off in stage 2 also severely denting their championship hopes. But it's not over until you reach that final time control.
Joe, it looks like hard work.
Yeah, we're struggling. It's been an awful start, really. Gearbox is knackered. I'm driving one-handed, just holding it in gear the whole time. On the second stage, Calvin missed a call. We went straight off up a bank. Yeah.
Co-driver's fault.
Yeah, it was. We were flat out in third on the right hand. Went down a crest, then suddenly there was a square right in front of me, so just went straight off up there and got pushed out. So
These things happen. You're still here, and you're still in the fight for the championship. You've got half the rally still to go, just under.
yeah, it's a long way. People still might have problems, so we're still pushing hard, and yeah, looking forward to the rest of it.
Rounding off our top three for now are Aaron McClure and Charlotte Banner. The Micros seem to be a little off the pace this weekend, but with no idea what the problem was, it would just be a case of push as hard as they could and hope for the best.
Aaron, how was that for you?
It was a bit rough in there. We're struggling with lack of power this morning. There's something not right with the car, so...
Is that because it's a Micro?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we struggled to keep up with the MGs anyway, but I'm not struggling to keep it in gears, changing down to second, going up hills. It's not going really well for us, so we're just going to see how we get on.
Times look okay, though. You're making the best of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm driving my hardest to try and make up for it and trying to make the times through the slower sections where you don't need the power, but as soon as you get onto the straights, we're barely moving. So I've asked Charlotte to get out and push, but she's not feeling it.
So at the end of the morning stages, this is how the top of the 1400 and Rally First leaderboards look.
Matthew, you arrive here at the Cambrian as champion of the Silver Star category. That must feel quite good.
Does that mean I can have a steady run round then?
It means you can. It doesn't mean you're going to.
Yeah. No. You've got to try, haven't you? So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We never finished last year. We had a clutch problem on the very first stage, so we only did a mile. So we're not very familiar with it. But yeah, no, it'll be all in the book, won't it? Tell us what to do. So yeah, we'll enjoy it.
Your season sort of looked all over the place at certain parts of the year, especially at the Dukeries, and you came out on top. It's been a great story for you, really.
Yeah, if we could complete today, our only falter would have been the Dukeries. So yeah, that would be pretty good, really. You know, out of the 8 rounds, so we'd be dead happy with that.
Boyd, here we are at the Cambrian, and it could be looking good for you at the end of this round if we see you there at the finish.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's the key, the finish. So the goal for today is just to get through and finish, really, and have some fun along the way.
Just to explain that, Matthew Robinson obviously tied up the Silver Star last time out, but second is all to play for.
Yeah, that's the goal. So just want some improvement from last year. Didn't get anywhere near the podium, so yeah, I'd be really stoked with a second Silver Star for sure.
It's a brilliant rally, and it's fair to say it's been a brilliant season as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a great season. We've learned a lot. We've had a few scrapes, but it's been great. And like I say, we've learned a lot. We'll take a lot into next season. We're starting to get to know the roads now, which absolutely helps.
There have been some moments as well, and we've caught some of them on camera, with you absolutely flying through the stages in this BTRDA Rally Championship.
Yeah, I think what I call moments aren't moments to Brian, and what Brian calls moments aren't moments to me. So I don't know whether it's a good balance or not.
So with the Silver Star Championship already in the bag, Matthew Robinson and Nigel Hutchinson will be out to have some fun before the end of the season in that 2.5 litre Escort. But that didn't stop them putting in some good times as well and leading the category out of stage 4.
How's this rallying for fun malarkey then?
We just had a few scary moments in there. We've been in a really big ditch on his side, and yeah, I think we just scared ourselves.
Matthew Robinson doesn't get scared by ditches.
Yeah, no, that was good fun. That was quite rough in there, but yeah, no, the stages are pretty good. Stefan Stouth, he'd rolled, so we got slowed down. You know, we were stuck in the ditch on the right-hand side, so yeah, but that was good fun.
Making a welcome return to the championship after their crash on the Plains Rally in May were Will Onions and Dave Williams. The car losing its day-glow orange paint job and reverting now back to its original white colour. They settle into an early second place.
Well, good to see you in our leaderboard. How are things going?
Yeah, okay, having a steady run out today. We haven't been out on tarmac, on gravel for... Well,
you haven't, have you?
No, yeah, tarmac we've been the last few rallies, so it's just taking a little bit of time to get back into it. Bit slippy, got held up in there, I suppose Matthew was the same behind Stefan going off, so dropped a bit of time, yeah, right, having fun.
Third through these opening stages are Boyd Kershaw and Brian Hull. pair looking for a strong finish to ensure they finish second of the Silver Star Championship cruise in the BTRDA series this season.
Boyd, are you enjoying yourself? You look like you are.
Yeah, we were going too slow in the previous stage. The guys took 10 seconds out of me, so we just started to push it. So yeah, it actually felt much better when you started pushing it. So yeah, we're enjoying it.
Well, the weather's holding out. You've got 3 more stages in which to push it.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to it.
With the Historic Cup still to be decided, it will be Theo Bengry and Les Forsbrook taking the early advantage as they lead the Historics and hold 4th in the Silver Star as well at the end of stage 4.
Theo, we're hearing rough, but we're hearing fun.
Yeah, we've had a good morning, but in this last stage he's gone down to 3 cylinders, so we're not sure what the problem is.
All right.
So we're going to
let you about service.
Thank you very much.
With his Mark II Escort shipped out to New Zealand for the Silver Fern Rally, Pete Smith and Paul Williams would be back in their faithful Mark I Escort. They lie just under 20 seconds behind the Escort ahead of them.
Didn't quite expect it this way, but it's been a battle of attrition out there.
Yeah, it has been. I had clutch trouble on the first 2 stages, but we've got that sorted now and it's been a lot better, but it's rough in there. Very rough. It makes my old eyes bobble around a bit.
You were looking forward to the Orme then?
Well, yeah, but we're in the dark now, isn't it? No headlight, no spotlights, just headlights, so that'd be even better. Go for us. No, hopefully not go for a swim.
Neil Matthews and Ian Harden are just lucky to start the event. Neil being up for some of the night with a suspected food poisoning, it will be a cautious opening few stages from the pair. They start well though to hold 6th.
How have those 4 stages been?
Not too bad. We've had a problem with the brakes this morning. Couldn't get the balance right at all. Managed to sort that out in service. The last 2 have been better, but I think we've lost too much time already. We've just got to concentrate on getting Ian a result now, so that he can win the class as well for the championship.
Still just under half the rally to go though, still a long way.
Yeah, I think we lost too much this morning though, Paul. We'll give it a go, but we've got to finish, so it's a bit of a gamble really.
Geraint Mills and Johnny Evans get off to a decent start in the Manta 400, 7th at this early stage, with Geraint commenting that they will be pushing harder through those afternoon stages in Clochainog.
Things going well for you?
Yeah, okay, not fast enough, obviously. Everybody else is beating us.
You've got 3 more stages to correct that.
Well, that's the thing, yeah, but it was a better stage in there, but it's still slippy. Yeah, but yeah, good fun.
Keep enjoying it.
Yeah.
Damien Thomas and Elliot Edmondson hold 8th after the 4 stages through Clochainog and Penmachno forests, but they fear the gear linkage may be starting to work its way loose, something they'll be looking to sort out in service.
Just over half the rally down, it could be one of those days where you just have to make it to the end.
Yeah, I'll cross fingers. I felt the gear linkage was starting to get a little bit slack in there and I was struggling to get my gears, so we'll have to check that in service. But so yeah, just make sure we get to the end is the main thing.
I'll leave you to go there now.
Lovely, thanks so much. Cheers.
Having had to pull out of the Woodpecker the day before the rally, Roger Taylor and Chris Williams would be relieved just to make it to the start of stage 1, let alone complete the first 4 stages. They end their opening loop in 9th.
Hard work, is it?
Yeah, you wouldn't think so, would you? But yeah, it is very hard work, yeah.
Good fun though.
Very good fun, yeah. Enjoying it just out with the new engine. Had a lot of unreliability this year and just want to get a finish.
1400 regular Sean Matthews with Endaf Davies on the notes would go well on his return to a front-wheel drive car. Having driven an Escort Mark II all year, it would take a couple of stages to get back into the flow of a front-wheel drive car as they complete our top 10. It would be bitter disappointment for Robert and Chris Wheeler as they end the season after the first 2 stages. A broken gearbox puts an end to their Cambrian rally and indeed their rallying season. They'll certainly be back out for more fun in 2013 though.
Sean, Ben, one of 3 crews able to take the championship here at the Cambrian. And given the competition and the equipment that you're using, it's quite a good thing that you're even here in this position, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm more than chuffed to say the least. I've got a great team behind me, good navigator, and to be in this position, what more can you ask for? If I could add it at the start of the year, I'd have taken it with both hands, obviously. So, yeah, it's well exciting.
Championship, already in the bag from a few years ago, so from that point of view the pressure's off as well for you.
Yeah, that side of it's a little bit more relaxing, because if we hadn't won the championship before, I certainly wouldn't be as relaxed as I am, to be honest. But nevertheless, I'm looking forward to this for definite.
Hugh, here we are at the Cambrian, and some would say your favourite for the championship this weekend.
I don't like the tag favourite. I think it's I think it's going to be very close. Obviously with Roger and Sean's in the hunt as well, so there's a long way to go. 6 stages in Clockey and Penmachno, a lot can happen, but obviously we're a little bit familiar with the stages, which is going to help obviously, but no, we'll just do our best, and we'll just keep an eye on Roger, and try and keep just ahead of him if I can.
Roger, what a fantastic year this has been for you. Setting some records and putting the family name back on the top of some events, but here we are at the Cambrian, and you could emerge as BTRDA champion.
Yeah, that's right. We had a very slow start to the year. We had 2 non-finishes and a not very good finish, so we were on the back foot a bit, but since then we've had 3 wins and a second, and it's really put us back in the title shout. But yeah, well, my father won a few of those rallies and he's won this one before, so yeah, I'll be trying to, well, that's obviously what I need to do. I need to win, so yeah, I'll give it everything I got.
Taking a look at the Gold Star title race now, and with 3 possible winners, it will be a great day's entertainment in store for the spectators in the North Wales forests. Contender number 1, Sean Gardner, with Ben Innes alongside, didn't exactly get off to the best of starts. Last year's event winners suffer a problem early in stage 2, dropping over 30 seconds to the leaders. This leaves them down in 6th after the first 4 stages.
80. Right over small crest, slow in, 6 left, keep in.
Just go steady, Ben. I can't drive you, alright?
Yeah.
Shaft's gone or something. What's this one?
6 right.
Sean, 4 stages down, 3 becomes 2 in his battle for the championship. How's it going?
I'm having a fraught morning, to say the least. But I tell you what, I just gone through there as hard as I dare go in a car like I have, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. But I've had a nightmare of a morning. But that's rallying, innit?
Championship contenders number 2, Hugh Hunter and Andy Marchbank, get off to the best possible start in their 2003 spec Focus World Rally car. A flying time through the opening stage in Clochainog, and then subsequent fastest times in the next 3 stages sees them lead by nearly 1 minute going into service.
We're just trying to keep it in the middle of the road, no mistakes. We've just been very steady through these 2 because they're quite notorious, very rough. We had a puncture in the one before, we noticed it just before we started this one, we managed to change it. So yeah, it was just a matter of just getting through really, and hopefully get to the end. And
you say that though, but it's by no means easy, is it? It's not an easy rally to...
No, and it's not easy to be driving at sort of 7/10, and it's not easy. It's sometimes easier, like I said, I think I've said before.
Keep the mind on the job, haven't you?
Yeah, you've got to go at a certain speed that you're concentrating, but you don't want to make any mistakes either,
For our 3rd title contenders, Roger Chilman and Brian Thomas, they knew they had to push hard, this being Hunter's home turf of course, but perhaps they pushed a little too hard. The car ended up blocking the stage, causing it to be cancelled, but thankfully both crew members emerged unhurt, if a little shaken.
Brian, sadly Roger's had to go home, but after the accident earlier, glad to see you both okay firstly. Just talk us through what happened.
We were just before junction 14, the first stage. Just touched the bank on the left-hand side, pitched the car up onto 2 wheels. Thought it'd be all right, but then we just couldn't make it around the next corner, and we rolled probably 2 or 3 times, I would have thought. Ended up on our side, blocked the road, unfortunately. Got it sorted out. The car wasn't going any further. The car was movable, but it wasn't drivable. Every corner was damaged quite comprehensively, so we had to retire.
North Wales Car Club members Luke Francis and John Roberts get off to a great start on their home event as they hold 2nd at this early stage. John, of course, being a former winner with Andy Burton in the unique and famous Peugeot Cosworth, and proving his knowledge of the North Wales stages to be a valuable asset this weekend.
Luke, the challenging stages, by the smell of the brakes on this car, you've been pushing hard.
Oh, we've been on the limit through there. We've been pushing hard. We're trying to keep our position, 2nd overall, so it's been a difficult stage, that one, but got through. Hopefully it was a good time.
Another Group N car well and truly in the mix. In third is the Protect Run car of Tom Norton and Horace Saville. Tom proving he can mix it with the young guns with some impressive results this season.
Tom, these brakes are smelling very hot. The Group N seem to be pushing really, really hard through these stages. They're all smelling very hot.
Yeah, it's real good competition at the minute for us all, so we're just trying our hardest, and it's really bumpy in there as well, but yeah, we're holding our own and hoping to get to the end with a finish. So yeah, it's just great competition. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's quite exciting watching these times come through. Well done.
Yeah, it's fantastic. All of us guys have been battling all year, and it's just a fantastic rally. So yeah, I'm having a great time.
With the Group N Championship still up for grabs here at the Cambrian, Jamie Anderson and Ella Flynn will be pushing hard to try to secure that title. Despite suffering from a lack of confidence after a roll on the previous round, they currently hold fourth. No problems in this Group N Subaru for Dylan Davies and Dale Furness. They hold fifth. Dylan commenting at the end of stage 4 to our camera crew that they were pushing hard for a strong result here. Another contender for the Group N title, Patrick Naylor and Ian Lawrence, find themselves down in a lowly 7th place at this early stage. The pair finding the going very bumpy and very fast in these classic stages. In 8th position we find BTRDA regulars Nev Jones and Chris Davies in their Impreza. Nigel Siebold and Tim Barton enter our top 10 in 9th place, still adjusting to the new B13 class Subaru, resulting in some slightly over the limit moments through these morning stages.
And caution, fast medium right, long over crest, tightens into a 6 right. 6 right. Fast medium left and fast medium right. K left long past junction into a fast medium right. 80. Medium right tight 200.
And completing our top 10 are Jeff Cottrell and Nathan Crew in the Jaguar engined Metro 6R4. A highly anticipated entry this, and hoping for a good run on his home event this weekend was Matt Edwards, with Sam Collis alongside. Despite some strong times in the 2 clean stages they did complete, a hold sump would see them retire before the start of stage 4 to prevent any damage to the engine. Another pair hoping to end the season on a high were Sarah Williams and Patrick Walsh. However, things didn't go according to plan as the Subaru ends up stuck in a ditch on the Penmachno North stage. Midway through the day then, this is how the Silver and Gold Star leaderboards are shaping up. Switching back to the 1400s now, and despite completing all of the stages, Alan Roberts and Matt Rogers would be deemed OTL, and off in stage 1, dropping them down the order and out of the rally by the end of the day. Another retirement to add to the list will be our early 1400 leaders Harry Gardner and Elliot Graham, who sadly retire at the end of the 5th stage after a fantastic early start. So after 3 more gruelling stages, including a blast around the tarmac Great Orme stage, Jane and David Auden would take 5th in the 1400s at the end of the event. Matthew Jackson with Sasha Herriot alongside guide that micro back to Llandudno in 4th place, and net themselves 2012 Super 1000 champions in the process. It's 3rd for Martin Shaw and Ian Prout. A good test session in the car with the freshly rebuilt engine and gearbox, an enjoyable, if not tricky weekend. Nigel Jenkins and Jack Walby take home 2nd in the 1400s, a well-deserved result after a season of ups and downs for the Nova crew. And taking their first maximum point score of the season are Marcel FRELING and Karen Robinson. Despite battling on over the past couple of events with an underpowered engine, they secure a well-deserved victory and a result which sees them finish second overall in the 2012 1400 Championship.
Marcel, Karen, fantastic second place in the 1400s. How do you feel?
Yeah, really happy with that. Obviously today, we had all to play for. It depended on who finished and who went off, and we've just held it together, and we've pushed when we had to push, and we backed off when we had to back off, and I'm chuffed to bits to get to the end. So
story of your season, really. You've had to play the game, haven't you, as it were?
Yeah, we had a good start to the season, then the car was a bit poorly, and we've not had the money to do anything to get it back to normal, but we just nursed it along, and it's gone really well today. I've been really happy with the car, and I've been able to push and been happy with the handling, so when we needed to do it, we've done it today. But commiserations to Kieran, because I feel for him today.
Definitely, but that's what they say, isn't it? I'm not going to use the cliche.
No, I know.
But,
and Roger as well. Roger would have had a good run, but looking at this time on stage one, we're only seconds off him on stage one, so we were pushing quite well.
That's it. That's the best way to win, to get second, isn't it?
Yeah. So year off next year, so we'll get everything settled and ready to go for the year after.
I'd like to see if you have the temptation to come back during the year at least once.
Somebody might be able to twist my arm.
I'm sure. Well done, guys. Enjoy this.
Thank you.
The Cambrian's yours.
Brilliant. Thanks, Paul.
Following an excursion into the scenery earlier in the day, James West and Steve Edgington would end up going OTL after it took too long extracting the car from a muddy ditch. Benjamin and Jason McKay end the season in fine style as they take third place in the Rally First category. This result also gives them second in the MGZR Rally Challenge, which is incorporated into the BTRDA 1400 series. Disaster for Joe Everett and Calvin Holdsworth after a promising season as they retire from second in stage 6 with no clutch. Having struggled all day with a car that was getting more and more difficult to drive with every mile, this corner in Clochainog would be its final resting place for 2012. But they'll be back for more in 2013. Rounding off a highly successful step-up season from the juniors with second place at Aaron McClure with Charlotte Banner alongside. A steep learning curve this year for the youngster, who takes second overall in the Rally First Championship with this result.
Aaron, the finish of the Cambrian and, incidentally, the finish of your first full season, stepping up from the juniors. How do you feel? Because you've got second in the Rally First Championship. That's a fantastic result.
Yeah, we're really happy to come second. I mean, after the problems we've had this year, and we've not had a great day today at all, but to come here and finish the rally and get second in the championship's just brilliant.
You say you've had a difficult day today, but this year for you, the car's been reliable, you've got so much experience from it, you've had some fantastic results. So you've really got a lot under your belt to now go on and do something more, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, this year's been a trying year for us all. The car's been fairly reliable. I couldn't have been here without any of my service crew because they've worked the hardest to keep it going on any round.
And your body shops?
Yeah, and I need to thank them a lot because I wouldn't be here without them. I don't think anyone else would put up with my repairing my car that much.
But our newly crowned Rally First champions are Cameron Davies and Alistair Dodd. A great season from the young pair after stepping up from the Junior Championship. A slight hiccup earlier in the season on the Nicky Grist stages with that roll on the final stage, destroying his Nissan Micra and forcing a switch to the MG, which actually proved to be a blessing in disguise, the new car helping him secure the title this season.
Cameron, Rally First champion, how do you feel? You're adding it to the tally.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a great year. It doesn't even feel it hasn't sunk in yet. It's incredible, you know. Here this morning, everything was, quite tense and we weren't sure what was going to happen. Anything could happen. We could get a puncture and that'd be it over. But no, it's been an excellent year. Thank you to my sponsors, Kick Energy and Avo, doing a great job all year, and it's all come together perfect.
It certainly has. You can add this to your junior title. What's next?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you can add it to my junior title. It's 2 times winning that, and then this as well. That's three championships. I don't know. It's all about budget now from now on in.
So with the final round complete, this is how the 1400s and Rally First categories were decided. In the Silver Star category, B10 champion driver Neil Matthews and navigator Ian Harden would retire on the 5th stage with a broken gearbox. A disappointing result for the pair after a mixed season. Moving into our top 10 finishers now, and in 10th we find Matt Griffin and Chris Spilstead in the Rally School Fiesta ST. A steady drive to the finish is in order for 9th, Roger Taylor and Chris Williams. A good test with the new 2.5 litre engine in the car. Damien Thomas and Elliot Edmondson are another crew who have a new engine in the car for this event. The 206 performing faultlessly as they arrive back at Llandudno Promenade in 8th. Top front wheel drive finishers are Sean Matthews and Endaf Davies in the Vauxhall Astra. A relatively trouble-free day for Sean as he readjusted to a front wheel drive car to take an impressive 7th. The Opel Manta of Geraint Mills and Johnny Evans reaches the finish once more as they take away a 100% finishing record on the BTRDA events they contested this season. Despite finishing 2nd at the historic runners and 5th in the Silver Star, Pete Smith and Paul Williams would be crowned the historic Cup champions today. A great and hard-earned result for the pair on this final round of the championship. But taking the historic win at the Cambrian are Theo Bangry and Les Forsbrook, switching to a Mark II Escort after using that Ascona 400 for the opening 3 rounds. They just got quicker as the season progressed, and they're rewarded with this class victory and 2nd place in the historic Cup for 2012. Taking that final step of the podium are Boyd Kershaw and Brian Hull. They achieved what they set out to do, and that was to secure 2nd in the Silver Star Championship. But they were certainly made to work hard for it today. It would end up being a successful return to the championship for Will Onions and Dave Williams. A faultless performance from car and crew sees them take 2nd place. But taking yet another maximum point score this season and rounding off what has been an absolutely brilliant season are Matthew Robinson and Nigel Hutchinson in that Millington-powered 2.5 litre Escort. The Yorkshiremen having a sensational campaign in what is only Matthew's 3rd season in rallying.
Well, Matthew, true to form, he didn't really back off, did you, even though the pressure was off?
I did a little bit, but not a lot. Yeah, bent everything he could on the car this afternoon as well, so yeah, I've enjoyed it. We didn't finish the Cambrian last year, like I said before, and yeah, so I wanted to get round anyway. It's been a good day. We didn't really like the arm just then. We only had the headlights, so we sort of drove around nice and steady. The curbs are fairly big up there, so yeah. I didn't want to make it into the sea.
Moving on to the Gold Star title now, and making our top 10 with that distinguishable engine note is the Audi Quattro of Simon and Mark Tennant. It's another good finish for the Metro 6R4 of Jeff Cottrell and Nathan Crew as they take 9th at the end of this final round. Meanwhile, Nev Jones and Chris Davies have another successful day in the Subaru to take 8th overall. Nigel Siebold and Tim Barton in a similar Subaru managed to overcome the close calls throughout the day to bring that car back in 7th. And despite pushing hard in the dark, Dylan Davies and Dale Furniss couldn't quite match some of the more modern machinery in front, and they bring home their Group N Subaru in 6th. Fifth place for Patrick Naylor and Ian Lawrence is good enough to see them secure the Group N Championship for 2012. A fantastic season with just one retirement earlier in the year. They'll be back for more in 2013. In the final stages then, the championship battle was about to take another turn as Hugh Hunter and Andy Marchbank would retire at the end of stage 6 with a broken gearbox. Which means that for Sean Gardner and Ben Innes, their 4th place finish is enough for them to be crowned 2012 REIS Get Connected BTRDA Rally Champions. Starting as the outside favourites for the title, they've come back to finish in Llandudno, proving that speed mixed with the consistency of a 100% finishing record is the way to win a championship.
Sean, Ben, I'm delighted to congratulate you both as 2012 BTRDA Gold Star champions. Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much. You'd never believe it, would you? In all honesty.
You couldn't have written this one.
No, you couldn't. And I think at the end of the day, as long as Roger's well and Brian Thomas, because I believe it was quite a fair shunt, and I'm pleased.
We've spoken to them, they are.
Yeah, I'm really pleased about that, and that's good. And I am, as daft as it sounds, gutted for you as well. But at the end of the day, I'm elated that I've actually won. So, you know, that's rallying.
This is high drama, and that's the BTRDA. Ben, we were talking earlier about consistency, and it's all we've talked about all season, but you've won this championship with this season, not with this event.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes we haven't felt we've done our best on the actual events, but obviously we've still scored quite well, and over the year we've managed to maintain that. So, yeah, we've won it with consistency, and it's nothing to be ashamed of.
We started with gremlins with the car. We had things we had to develop and change and move on, and you've done that. You've done what you've needed, and here you are. You're walking away with the top prize.
Yeah, I'm a little lost for words in one. Yeah, I am, honestly, because I usually got plenty to say. But there's been it isn't just about me and Ben. We've got a phenomenal team around us. A 5-man team. I have Smodger and Jamie, which is a father and son team, and I have Alan that helps out as well on the reading of the map and the surfacing and all that. And he's been brilliant. And Harry Ockley, Giles Phillips, and there's a host of people you could go on, and it is a fantastic team effort. And to say I'm pleased is an understatement.
Well, we're very pleased for you. Thank you for the spectacle that you've given us here at Special Stage this year, and we look forward to seeing you come back and defend this championship in 2013.
That'd be real good. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, Paul. Cheers.
Back to the overall results this weekend though, and Jamie Anderson and Ella Flynn end the season on a high note with a 3rd place finish. Another crew to suffer a season of ups and downs though, and finish so close to that Group N championship, just 2 points off the overall winners. And had they contested a few more events this season, Tom Norton and Horace Saville would undoubtedly have been real challengers for not only the Group N title but possibly the overall title too. Some good times this weekend sees them finish the year with a 2nd place here on the Cambrian. But taking the victory on the AVS Motorsport Cambrian Rally are Luke Francis and John Roberts. A great performance from the pair on their home event. They went into the final stage with a lead of just 1 second, but they soaked up the pressure to emerge victorious by 3 seconds. And with the retirements of the dominant Chilman and Hunter, they are also the first crew to win a BTRDA event in a Group N car since Nick Elsmore on the 2009 Wydene Rally.
Luke, congratulations. Local boy, you've won the Cambrian Rally 2012.
Oh, thanks very much. It's just a dream come true, really. I can't actually believe it now. Sitting here, to be honest, I'm ecstatic.
You look a bit bewildered, all these camera flashes.
Oh, I am. I've never experienced anything like it, so I'm absolutely chuffed to bits.
What a way to finish your season. Well done.
Oh, thank you very much. Cheers. It's been a fantastic year, and everyone's been great. So John's kept faith in me, so finally proving that we can do well. So thank you very much.
You've certainly done that. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers.
So with the final crews finishing the event here in London though, here's a reminder of the silver and gold star results.
Well, here we are at the end of a hard-fought Cambrian Rally. More attrition than we expected. 3 men came here, all looking to be the BTRDA Gold Star champion. Sean Gardner takes that title. Hugh Hunter and Roger Chilman Jr. retiring during the rally in dramatic fashion, adding to the story, adding to the drama of the 2012 REIS Get Connected BTRDA Rally Championship. This is Special Stage. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next year.
It may have been the last round of the REIS Get Connected Asphalt Championship last weekend, but the challenge would be just as fierce. This time, it was ice that faced the crews on the Cheviot Rally, and it provided a good shake-up of the results right from the start. And with retirements from a number of leading entries in the first few stages, it would be Richard Clues taking an early lead. Short-lived, however, as he crashed out on the following loop. That left Simon Chapman in the 6R4 leading a national event for the first time. But that lead wasn't a result, and it wasn't in the bag just yet. Slightly off pace, John Indry was starting to thaw out now, which is a dangerous prospect for anybody, and climbed his way up the leaderboard. Into the final stage, he was just a minute behind Chapman. With that minute's advantage, Chapman felt safe to back off, but unfortunately, the same couldn't be said for the inimitable John Indry, and Chapman misjudges the advantage and hands the win to the Darien driver, a win of just 4 seconds in the end. Catch the full coverage of this exciting event on Friday the 23rd of November here on Special Stage.